welcome to Build Brunch, the daily morning show where we talk about the latest topics in entertainment. I'm Brittany Jones-Cooper.
I'm Shannon Coffey.
I'm Allie Colbert.
And I'm Lucas Tim.
He's bleeding.
Allie got angry at me.
Yeah.
Lucas is dead.
Rest in peace, Lucas. Today we're going to talk about Tina Fey joining Busy Tonight as executive producer, HBO's new intimacy coordinator position, and some Disney World secrets you wish you didn't know. Plus, fashion insider and children's book author Eva Chen joins the table, but first,
the internet is traumatized by Justin Bieber's burrito eating technique. The Biebs was recently snapped chowing down on a burrito as if it were corn on the cob. The viral image has elicited a mixture of anger, pity, and fascination. On Twitter, one user writes, "Does Justin Bieber not know how burritos work?" While another says, "Justin Bieber thinks burritos are harmonicas." Well, you guys, breaking news, this was not actually Justin Bieber!
yeah. Wake up, America! Wake up! I feel like we are such goons. Anyone who looks at that photo and thinks that's Justin Bieber is an idiot. Look, that is not Justin Bieber.
We all thought.
It looks like him.
Like, that's a wig.
How can you tell if there's a hat on?
How can you
Look at that hair.
I mean, he looks
It's good.
like
Look,
my trunk.
It doesn't.
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber's eyebrows aren't even that dark.
Oh, fair.
And that's not even his nose.
Okay.
And he's wearing
good
sunglasses.
observations.
Yeah.
To me,
yeah.
it looks just like him.
It looks a lot like him.
It's so, I saw it and I was like, that's not
Shannon's
Justin
like, those aren't
Bieber.
his nails.
Yeah,
Those
I'm
aren't his
like, what's
fingers.
wrong with, yeah, those are actually like the wrong type of nail bed, 100%. Like, you're joking, but it's true. Like,
Yeah.
everything is wrong about it.
Wow.
Right.
So we know this though for a fact. You said
Yeah,
that there's like
for a
rumors that
fact.
it's an actual like.
Yeah,
thing.
so this was like a YouTube channel. Some YouTubers were like, we're gonna make a viral hit and get everybody talking about this. And the first photo they took was him helping an old lady across the street. And of course that didn't take off because it was just Justin Bieber doing a nice thing. And people were like, we can't talk about that. So instead they were like, let's make him eat a burrito wrong.
Right.
And of course we were like, oh, let's get up in arms over this. People are dying, but let's talk about this.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's funny, Justin Bieber did not say anything to dispute this alleged attack on his character.
I feel like he doesn't even know this is happening.
Right.
Yeah.
He's just so far removed
He's
in
so
there.
in his own world,
Right.
right?
I would love for him to pull like a David Schwimmer though and just recreate this for like a week straight, just eat burritos wrong, just to like
Yeah.
drive it home.
Well, I
a bit
think
more.
let's get to the root of the problem here. It's not just Bieber. It's someone eating a burrito like this that angered America to such an extent that we have never
Yeah.
seen before.
How do you guys eat your burritos? Like that?
You're supposed to like cut it in half and then eat it from the
yeah.
middle, because the middle does have the best part in it.
Yeah. Why is it that the middle has the best part?
Well,
they
because
roll it
the
up?
ends have the tortilla leftovers on it, so it's
Well,
like just
that I
straight
rip
up
off.
tortilla. So that's what I do. I just rip it off and then I eat it like a little pocket.
Little
Yeah.
bucket.
A little pocket.
I don't know. I think the best way to eat a burrito is to shoot it 10 times, throw it in the garbage, and then get a plate of tacos.
Okay.
Tacos over burritos every
Not
single
a burrito
day.
You
girl.
think so? Why?
I think burritos taste like crap. I hate the outside. It's like
You hate
if I was
bread?
gonna eat that, I'd eat. That's not bread. It's
Right.
like fake bread. It's like printed out bread.
I love printed out.
I love
Yeah,
printed
I
out
only
So
eat
bad.
burritos, and this is true when I need to like bury some feelings. Because by the like if I go to Chipotle and get that burrito, by the time I eat it, I just like can't think about anything else, and it's like a great way to.
Because
Just,
you're in so much pain.
yeah, you
I
gotta
don't
just eat
think
my
I've
feelings.
even had a burrito from Chipotle ever.
Oh really?
Really?
Wow,
Yeah.
I love.
I've had it in
they're
a
great.
while.
I haven't only been there like once.
Interesting.
Chipotle, if you're listening or watching, send
Yeah, I
tweet
can't
us.
say that I go there a lot, but it's definitely like in the rotation.
Well, once I heard about the E. coli,
Yeah.
I just was like, oh, I'm not going there ever again.
Yeah, they've had a rough year.
That was
that was like 5 years
That was
ago.
like 2 or 5 years ago.
Time stands still for Granny.
Wait, are there any food things that really get under your skin? I hate, I literally cry when I see people scrape the cheese off pizza. I don't get it.
Wait, why do people do that?
Because they don't like cheese, but it just says bread and sauce. And we're like, that's not pizza then.
I know
don't like
tons of
that.
stupid white girls who do that.
Yeah, like, oh, no cheese.
So annoying. Then don't get pizza, bitch.
Yeah, don't just get your bread
Like-
and dip it in sauce.
I've seen people like dab the oil off the top, and even that makes me mad. If I
I've
saw
done
somebody
that.
take the cheese off, I'm like, you're missing all the good stuff.
like the Italian
Such
gods
idiots.
like curse you. Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like that's terrible. That's my thing that gets me upset.
I don't like when people have a problem when people don't bend the pizza.
That's a New York
You
thing.
know? Do you guys know that?
Yeah, I bend my pizza, but
Yeah,
people get
yeah.
mad if people don't bend their pizza.
Yeah. I think you probably should bend it, but it's okay if you don't.
If it's a proper New York slice, it needs to be bent.
It needs to be bent. It's proper New York.
Why
slice.
does it have to be bent?
Because it's flat.
Because that's what I said, fungo, okay?
Oh, but if your pizza is flabby, then why don't you make it crispy?
Because sometimes New York pizza gets thin, you know, and then you just
Oh, I love a
flabby,
good
fold it
slice
in
of
half, and you
pizza.
can just
Yeah.
jam
Yeah,
it.
you can't do it with a deep.
I don't
Like, you're
have
not
that
Chicago.
problem.
No?
No.
You have nice firm pieces?
Yeah.
I
Or
like-
maybe the way I hold it is fine.
You got long fingers. I could see you fully
Yeah.
supporting it.
I'm a salad finger, so.
I like even bad pizza. Like, I like bowling alley pizza.
Yeah.
It's like doughy and like good, I
Yeah.
think. I like even the worst pizza, it's good.
That dollar slice place in New York, that's
Great.
disgusting. I love.
You mean the one
So
on every
good.
corner?
Yeah.
That one? Oh, yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah, that one.
There's like
yeah.
one specific chain. It's called
I
like
got-
something Bros.
Yeah.
And they're just like a dollar slice, and they're just like all processed.
Yeah,
but it's
pizza
great.
has to be really, really bad for me not to enjoy it at all.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I will eat very bad pizza and like it.
Yeah.
But I think with like celebrities and they're like we have been obsessed with celebrities just eating food, just like not even their diets. I think we just like watching celebrities eat. I remember like that Kardashians episode where Kourtney Kardashian tells you how to eat a Kit Kat,
Oh
and
my
it's the
God.
most
That really
horrific
affected
thing
me.
I've
It's a
ever seen in
monster.
my life, and I've seen really bad things. Like she takes
Wait,
each one
I
apart.
eat it like that now.
You rip
No,
it.
you don't.
'Cause you eat
Yes, I
less
do.
of it?
No, not to eat less of it.
That's what
It
she
makes
said.
you savor it for so much longer.
Okay.
What you do is you bite the ends off, then you bite all the chocolate off, then you separate the wafers. It's so good. It's amazing.
That sounds like a really great way to eat it if you're unemployed and have nothing better to do.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm gonna take this wafer off. Do you remember when Alicia Silverstone got in trouble for chewing her baby's food and then
Yeah.
spitting it into her mouth?
that's just-
She Mama Bird hit him.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
That is foul.
I think that's so funny.
I can't deal when people
I've done
like.
that for my dog.
I pause because I believe you.
Yeah.
With Kit Kats, I don't like when people like. I think you have to break it off one by one, but
Yeah.
some people bite into it. Have you
That's
seen
sacrilegious.
that?
That's
And you're like
fucked
monsters.
up.
You're a monster.
That is
Yeah.
so fucked up. That is not kosher.
The Pope should condemn that. That is sacrilegious.
Just
That's
saying
bad.
that should be outlawed.
Oh, I hate the idea of that. Wait, there's something else I don't like.
You go bite into string cheese?
Wait, there's something else
Oh,
if you
that's
bite
another
into. Oh yeah, that's fucked
That's
up
gross.
too.
Yeah. I
You
think
have
people
to
in
feel
this
it?
office do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
know who
I
you
saw
are.
a fight break
I saw
out.
a couple interns do that.
Yeah, they were. I saw the interns fighting over the string cheese take of whether to bite it or strip it.
Yeah.
And I was like,
They're
"Ooh,
so
I'm not gonna get
controversial.
involved."
They're really controversial.
Yeah, I think that intern is missing.
She's gone.
Yeah. Rest in
I
peace.
should rest in peace.
All our
With their
interns
string
are dying
cheese.
slowly.
Rest
This
in-
Halloween has been interesting.
Man,
Anyway.
is there anyone in this room other than us?
No.
Here, the studio's
Do we
empty.
really care?
You know what?
We filled the couches with ghosts for the season.
Yeah, I don't like. Sometimes stand up is nerve-wracking when you bomb because you're up there alone, but bombing with the four of us together is so much more comforting. You know?
I love Bob.
I love it.
Fucker bombing is my life, bitch. No, this is great.
Bring
I
us
always have
closer.
a great time no matter what happens with you
I was
guys.
gonna say I
Just
enjoy
so you
you
know.
guys.
Always,
It's
yeah.
like we're on the Titanic. on it together.
It's so good.
Okay, well, moving on. Busy Phillips was certainly busy over
Oh.
the weekend. Get it, guys? Her highly anticipated late-night talk show, Busy Tonight, premiered Sunday on E! In addition to big guests, the show also has some pretty big names attached behind the scenes, including 30 Rock star and creator Tina Fey, who serves as executive producer. Phillips now joins an exclusive club of women to host their very own late-night talk show. I got to watch last night,
I did
and I really liked it. I think it's like totally her and different than anything else out there. Like it's kind of Watch Happens Live, but like her version, like casually, like she's talking to her friends. And I don't know, she's so personable and likable. I actually really enjoyed it.
It's very much leaning into like girlness, like Instagram and like things that are pretty, and it's very like that sounds oversimplified, but it works. Like even the way she opened the show, it's just like all these clips from her Insta stories, and then the song is like basically saying like me and my friends,
Yeah.
and like when you're watching it, you feel like, oh yeah, she's like welcoming me, like she's welcoming me into her house,
Into the click.
because she does have some really legitimately famous friends.
Yeah, she's always in my mind like the celebrity best friend.
Yeah.
But it will be cool to see her do like something of her own.
And they incorporate her Instagram, which is become such a like famous thing for her now. People
Yeah.
love following her, so they incorporated that a lot too. And I also liked, and which brings back to Tina Fey, is that she has like 3 of her writers serve as like a sounding board. You know, how late night hosts have their, so there's like these 3 women writers, all very different. And I kind of like that. You never really see the writers as people that are part of the on-screen aspect of the show. So,
and one of her writers is Kelly Oxford. I don't know if you guys know who she is. I've been
love
following
her.
her on Twitter forever, and now Instagram. She's written books.
Right.
She's so funny and snarky, and they've been legitimate best friends. She used to be on Nicole Richie's show, so she's actually one of those people who's like friends with a lot of famous people as well. So I can see them transitioning it to be more like this, though, because her just sitting at the couch, it was her first show, so it's hard to see how that's going to go. But I would love if she brought the writers up with her and they just kind of went over the stories of the day.
Interesting.
Because they're all individually really talented, and I think it
Yeah.
would like help her find her.
So make it more, you think it's gonna be more like a panel kind of show?
Yeah, I think
than
she
it
could
would
open
be-
with a small little panel with her writers, just like a couple minutes, and then go into like bringing.
You
it
listening, Busy?
Yeah, I'm like producing because I enjoyed
Or
it, but
Tina
it
Fey.
just seems it's like a lot to carry that by yourself.
Yeah,
at the top.
but it was, I mean, I wonder how Tina Fey's gonna be involved. I mean, Cassie St. Orange used to work on Watch Evans Live as a showrunner, busy show, kind of like will oversee day-to-day stuff. But Tina Fey as an EP, I'm sure will have some input in terms of the creative and stuff. So,
Yeah.
and you know, when we forget about it, she started in Second City, and then of course SNL and the Weekend Update, and so like she has that experience of like late night satirical, political, pop culture jokes. So, and I love Tina Fey almost more than anyone on this planet. So I'm really excited to see her be part of the show.
Can I ask, is it normal for her to join now? Doesn't
No,
it seem
so-
a little bit late?
So Little Stranger, her pod is co-producing it already, but I think whether her name being signed on this late, I don't know what it totally does, whether she's like, I want to be more involved, or it's like, this will help the show that her name's attached to it, we don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question.
But but her pod's already been producing it, per se, whether that's money or whatever, but, so it'll be cool to see, I mean, Tina Fey will go on, you know?
My favorite part of the show is that she has this yellow phone back against the wall, and it's called the Oprah phone. And she said she's given Oprah this phone number, and she's like, now we're just waiting for the call.
Oprah?
So like, and you know it's gonna happen because on the first episode she had Mindy Kaling, who's her good friend, but she is now friends with Oprah.
Right.
So I think like she's finding her way to Oprah, which I totally respect.
Right.
And I support.
And
So the
Oprah-
only person who has that phone number is Oprah?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Oprah was mentioned multiple
funny.
times last night. But it gets me thinking too, because like Mindy Kaling, Tina Fey are two women I actually would want to see in late night maybe. Both of them are really funny. And Mindy's doing a movie about the late night. I think Emma Thompson plays the late night host. So I'm actually interested to see like, would she ever do late night? Would Tina Fey end up do late night? I think Tina Fey's too busy to do late night, but they both would be good.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
Tina Fey wants to.
Yeah, I don't think. What other woman would you want? Is there anyone you'd want that like?
Ooh,
That's a good question.
that is a good question. I like Aisha Tyler. She is a comedian and actress, and then she was on The Talk for a while.
Okay.
And I kind of like her brand of presenting. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like Kristen Wiig, but she won't do it.
Right,
Yeah,
she
she
would
would
be
be
good.
so funny.
I think everything she does is hilarious.
Yeah.
What about a late night show with Bella Thorne? And she's just high the whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That could work.
I think that would be great.
Yeah. What does it take for a new late night show to break out? Because there's so many of them. Like, will Busy kind of? I think she finds her own niche. Like Bella Thorne, that could work.
I would watch
work.
that.
Yeah.
I just think it needs to be young and fun. And I think Busy Phillips will get there. I love her so much. I think she's so funny.
Yeah.
But it'd be cool to see like more diversity as far as like
Totally.
the format.
Yeah. I mean, look, more and more states are legalizing weed, so I feel like more and more, like it could be, like for it to be successful, it would be hard, but I think I'm into it. I would watch it.
I
I
feel
mean,
like-
Snoop Dogg does it.
Yeah, true. Why doesn't he have a late night show?
I don't know.
You should.
He should. With
I know he has a
Martha Stewart.
YouTube show.
Yeah. But maybe because I think networks are like, we're not gonna let you get high on TV all the time.
Right. Sad.
Here. Anyway, from E to HBO, HBO is getting serious about sex on set. The network has hired an on-set intimacy coordinator, Alicia Rodas, to help make sex scenes safer for actors and less intimidating. Rodas has already worked on some of the cable network's more sexually provocative dramas like The Deuce.
I cannot believe this didn't exist before this.
It's mind-boggling.
It was just like a random white dude directing a project being like, yeah, fuck her a little more.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe that this wasn't happening. And I could totally see cast and crew like exploiting this process where you're so vulnerable and everyone being like, why is Benny the intern watching this? And he's just like, I like this scene. It's just like, I could see like this being so out of hand, and the fact that especially in this climate we didn't have that is like so scary.
Yeah.
Think of the 30 years of HBO programming and all of those sex scenes, Game of Thrones, The Sopranos, all of you like, oh my God. It's like so uncomfortable, but it's like that SNL skit when Andy Samberg was like, the guy who gave the idea, he's like, more boobs. Like, it's just like, that's what, it's like, who was protecting these actors?
Who was there like checking it at all.
Nobody was, which is why up until this point we've heard every actor be like, yeah, sex scenes are really uncomfortable. Like people stand, like I've heard this in interviews for decades where they're like, people stand around watching and like, and it was just normal.
When Westworld was in season 1 production, it was all those rumors like how like there were these like simulated orgies, everyone was naked, and it was like crazy, and no one knew what was going on. It's like because there wasn't someone being like, okay, everyone, we need to calm down. We're all naked, need to respect each other. Everyone just like Westworld fucking everyone.
Yeah.
So this is very good for HBO. I'm glad they're leading the way on this as they led the way on sex scenes on TV. So this makes sense.
I've heard horror stories of like people, like they wear those like really thin modesty covers, and I've heard stories of like actors taking those off of the other actor.
Yeah, I
like,
wonder what actors were.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
I mean, they did call it the deuce, so you know maybe we could put that together.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that this article like highlighted the deuce, and I'm like, we're all thinking.
Yeah, like let's not. Yeah.
There needs to be somebody on set, and it just I think it will make everybody behave better.
Yeah.
Right.
What?
Well, because
No, it's clear who.
Yeah.
She's because you wear
Whatever,
next
just
to
Google it. Just Google it.
Because you wear like little socks over
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
stuff.
Is that true?
Yeah, they wear. There's like a penis sock.
Except on True Blood, Alexander Skarsgård would never wear the sock.
Because he's authentic,
Yeah.
real
He's a
artist.
patriot.
He'd always say like it's silly, it's more awkward when you wear the sock, so he would never wear the sock, which I
Right.
think is hilarious.
I wonder what this intimacy
isn't that
coordinator would
kinda-
think about that. She's
yeah.
like, put the damn socks
Isn't
on.
that kind of like predatory?
It could be.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
I guess this intimacy coordinator will say like, you gotta sock it or you gotta leave.
Yeah, I definitely heard that picture of her eyes looking at you as
Yeah.
you're like acting out sex. You're not fucking. You're not.
Yeah.
I love the photo they used of her too. She's like, I'm gonna watch you have sex. She's like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
She's like, I don't wanna look at this either. Okay, I'm sad that this is happening. I think honestly, it's not important.
she does,
Plot.
and she said this is the face she makes just the
Yeah.
whole time, just like.
She's like, that's how you fuck. That's how you do it.
That's all. She doesn't even say anything. Actually, it's just her job, just standing like this.
Yeah. I would love to see a show that just, it's all about her and her inner monologue while she's watching these people pretend to have sex. And she's just like, oh, cool.
Another great pitch. Like
Yeah,
opens up
yeah.
the sex scene, just goes into her head, and you're like,
Yeah.
you think, oh god.
You're probably wondering how I got here. Yeah, you're like, oh, man.
Flashback.
Or like watching her parents being like, it's just not right. Something's missing.
Oh, that's funny. Do you remember in Love Actually they had like the people like who were like the sex dummies and they would go in
Oh,
and like
yeah.
just mime it?
Yeah.
And then the actors would go in.
The
Do
stagers.
they have that?
I think so in porn, so they can like do the lighting.
Oh, in porn.
Yeah, that's what it was for. It was for a porn movie.
Oh.
But I do think
I didn't get
I know
that.
that.
you kids.
Yeah, I watched it. I was a little young.
Yeah, you youngins, you
But
missed some stuff.
really? Is that what?
Yeah, it was like a porn. They were
I didn't
porn
quite
stars,
know
but
what
then
they
they
were
fell
doing.
in love. That's why it was so sweet. It's because they fell in love in a place where you wouldn't usually find love.
Oh my
Now I'm
God.
explaining the plot of Love Actually.
That makes sense.
I would say though it's really cool that the Me Too and Time's Up have gotten a lot of criticism for not being actionable. And I think this is showing Hollywood
Yes.
trying to be actionable. Like they've already changed the rules where the meetings can't happen in private anymore. That's great.
Like no more meetings in your bed,
Yeah.
Harvey.
Now adding this, and this is obviously going to be something, and I'm sure every network is going to have to do now. It's not going to be a choice. So
Yeah.
it's nice to see the actions being taken, and that we're moving towards something a little more enjoyable for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
Except that intern. He's bummed. He won't be able to watch it anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't get that at first.
Pornhub.
It was a joke.
Yeah.
But moving on, everyone knows that Disney World is full of magic, but what visitors may not be aware of is that the happiest place on earth is also a go-to spot to scatter human ashes. Yep, you heard it right. Human ashes are regularly found at the Disney theme parks, and the Haunted Mansion is the most popular spot for past remains. Ooh,
This does not surprise me
sprinkle. Yeah,
Yeah.
it totally makes sense.
at all.
You're
I mean,
saying this makes sense?
people that love Disney till death
Yeah.
Yeah.
Till
and
death.
beyond.
Yeah, and beyond.
And like I could see Disney for some families is like that's their spot. Like they don't vacation, but when they do, they go to Disney.
But this is what actually happens. Grandma, I hope you have a great time in the Haunted Mansion. Sprinkle the ashes. And the employee comes. She's really gonna love it here. Meanwhile, back.
Yeah, like there's someone at Disney who's like, these fucking people, stop putting your dead, dusty old ones here.
Well, there's like it's called like the HEPA cleanup. HEPA cleanup. That's what it's called. It's a code word. Whatever they say. Like, that's again human remains. They have to clean up. I'm gonna make this up, guys.
What
okay?
is
Read it
wrong
up.
with people?
Yeah.
My grandma died and wanted to be spread at Disney World. First of all, I know exactly where she'd want to go. She'd want me to spread her around the Epcot countries
Around the world.
because she loves eating at every country.
Cool.
Shout out to you, Grandma.
Hi, Grandma.
She's totally watching. But if but if she didn't request that, I wouldn't want to put my grandma's remains at the Haunted Mansion. That's like a weird spot.
Right.
Like, wouldn't you want to put her at like a more joyful spot in the park?
Well, It's a Small World apparently is a very popular location.
Nice,
And-
that's what I would choose.
And they get very upset about that.
In the water, they put
I guess
her?
if you could pour it in the water, that's a little
Okay,
better.
just to make this
gross,
clear,
it would
this is
float.
against the law,
Well,
and
you
Disney
don't
like
wanna,
really gets upset
I
about
want
it.
to
So
put it
don't
on the
do it.
puppets.
How often do you think they like?
I actually find a princess
Turn it
and be
into
like,
water.
Snow White, take
As
it.
she moves, she just shakes remains off. It's a small world, and there's like ashes floating.
I think if I could choose where to spread my ashes at Disney World, it would be in the Animal Kingdom on the Tree of Life.
That's a good spot.
Yeah, because it feels like fitting.
Mine-
That's
yeah.
I would want that, but it doesn't feel as fitting for me.
Me going back to my motherland in Disney World.
Mine's Cinderella's castle. I want on top of that
That
castle
is
just
fitting.
like sprayed, just like ash everywhere. I want to come on that castle covered in my ash.
Oh my god.
So much passion.
Don't come after me, Disney.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is funny.
No, but
I
he was a
love. I
nice
haven't been to Disney
boy.
World in a long time, but it was always a fun thing to go to. I remember when I was like 10 years old and I met the evil queen for the first time. Oh my god! Whoa, guys. That was a big
You're such
moment.
an interesting person.
What happened?
I don't know, but I really was.
What evil queen?
The Snow White, the evil queen in Snow White.
You didn't specify what
I
movie.
was okay when I say the evil queen. Is Snow White? No. Okay.
No.
Anyway, I was really starstruck. I kind of fell in love with her a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I was in Disney World last year, actually, and they have this new Avatar ride at Animal Kingdom. They have like a land of Avatar, and it is insane. It is
I've heard
like
that's
really
amazing.
amazing. I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Disney person.
Yeah.
What about Universal, like Harry Potter World?
I
and stuff?
prefer like
Yeah.
rides, like good rides. And Disney has rides, but like a lot of it is like catered to kids.
I think when you get older, Universal Studios and the whole Island Adventure Orlando was so much fun. There were so many great roller coasters, like the Hulk and now Harry Potter World. Which I read in this article that they sort people, the employees who work on the ride, by height in their houses, not by like any sort of specific characteristic. It's just like you're short.
Have you been to Harry Potter World?
Of course. I remember when I cried. I was 17. When I went, you hear the music for the first time, you're just like,
I'm a wizard.
I'm a wizard, and I got a cape, and I
I got the Dark Mark tattoo.
Of course you did, you Slytherin.
Yeah.
Death Eater. I got Dumbledore's. I had Dumbledore's wand. And
Anyway, you guys good? You're done with
Yeah.
Harry
Yeah,
Potter?
we're done.
All right. Now it's time for today's guest. Eva Chen is the director of fashion partnerships at Instagram and an influential voice for women everywhere. She made headlines as the youngest editor-in-chief at a major American fashion magazine and served as the first Asian American in charge of any Condé Nast publication. Now, Eva is adding author to her credits with her new book, Juno Valentine and the Magical Shoes. Everyone, please put your hands together for Eva Chen.
right in the middle.
Hi.
Wow, this is not terrifying at all.
Spooky.
I'm not gonna have nightmares
Serious question,
about
would you
this.
want your ashes spread at Disney World?
I heard
Yeah,
that
isn't
that's
it-
like a secret place
it's a
that
thing.
people. Maybe Chanel. I don't know.
Oh, I
kidding.
love it. So here's the book. How does it feel to see it in person? I know it's probably been a
Oh my
labor of
God.
love.
I'm freaking out about it, actually. It's funny, I've done like I've been fortunate enough to do like many different things in my life, but this is the thing I'm the most nervous about. I feel very like, every time I talk about it, I get a little bit of acid reflux. You know when you can feel your heart right here? I can feel my heart like right here when I talk about it.
Is it just because you're stepping out of your comfort zone a little bit?
I think so. I mean, I think it's like something very different for me that I've never done before. And it's like personal. It's the first time I've done something that's not like something else, like owned by another company. It's just like pure from my heart.
So what is the story about? Because we see the shoes, and we know from your Instagram that you love shoes.
I do love me some shoes.
Yeah.
I have 2 kids, and basically I read my kids' books, like literally like 10 to 15 books a day minimum.
Wow.
And so for me, I wanted to write a book that's like a little bit of a fashion fairy tale, a little bit of like a feminist, like girl power book. And so it's about a little girl who loses her favorite shoes and then goes on this journey through like space and time to find a new pair of shoes. And so she gets to try on shoes from everyone from like, Serena Williams to Cleopatra to Frida Kahlo. It's a lot of like girl power icons.
I love that. Mm-hmm. Taking that, living a day in somebody
Yeah,
else's
exactly.
shoes.
She takes a step in someone else's shoes.
That's so cool.
And spoiler alert, the lesson might be that your own shoes are the best shoes of all.
Oh.
I'm such a mom. I'm like,
That's a good message.
Well, will you tell us a little about the Janie and Jack capsule collection?
yeah. So I created a capsule collection with Janie and Jack, which is one of my kids' favorite brands. And so it's super cute. They're like mother-daughter twinning kind of clothes, and there's a lot of gender-neutral items as well, because my daughter, who's 3, like she doesn't want to wear princess dresses.
Yeah.
Like for Halloween, she wanted to be a dragon, which is like,
it.
I think it's cool. So those are some of the images from the collection. That's the illustrator who did the book, Derek. And so
cute.
that's the one in the middle is like the rock star look, kind of inspired by Lady Gaga. My daughter's actually wearing those leggings today. And there's like a really cute faux fur coat that like I liked so much that I made it in a grown-up size.
Yes.
So it's like striped faux fur, and then with like cargo pants. And the last one is the Frida Kahlo inspired look.
That's awesome. And we read that your daughter, Ren, actually has an opinion about what she wears at all times.
My daughter has an opinion on like literally everything. I could be like, what are your thoughts on nuclear physics? And she'll be like, I don't like it. Einstein's theory was completely incorrect. Like, she literally has an opinion on everything.
Were you like that as a child, or?
No, I was actually like painfully awkward and shy. Like I had braces until I was 16 years old, if that gives you a, no, 17. Literally like got my braces taken off like 2 weeks before college. Like literally, which I think actually in retrospect might have been like a tactic that my mom used to keep me nerdy. And so I had like braces, like unibrow, like I had glasses even though I didn't really need glasses. And so
You had the look.
it was super, super awkward. Like the only thing I didn't have was like that headgear kind of braces, but I had braces for 7 years.
Wow.
Because I like lost my retainer.
1 year for each tooth.
Yeah, you know, like when you have braces and then they give you the retainer and they're like, don't lose it, you have to wear it all the time. And so like at the cafeteria, I like had my retainer in like a napkin, which is gross, and then I like threw it out, but then I was too scared to tell my parents. And so when the dentist was like, why are your teeth crooked again? I was like, I lost my retainer.
So that's so amazing then, knowing this about you now, what you were like in high school. You become the successful person in fashion and clothes and your brand now. So how did that happen to go from braces at 17 to being a fashion editor?
I mean, I think for me, it's like, and when I talk to a lot of young people, I do like, you know, and millennials and just anyone who's kind of like getting started in their workplace is like, I think the most important thing is knowing that it's like, life is a journey. There's no one final destination. And what you want to be when you're like 15 or 25 can be very different from what you want to be at 35 or 45. And just know that like if you're doing something and it's like not working for you, if you don't like it, like that's not a failure. You're actually learning about yourself. So when I went to college, I was pre-med. I was terrible at it. Like I was not great at it. But then I ended up doing an internship in something wild and crazy just to have fun. And that was magazines. And then I realized that like that was going to be my passion. And I did that for 10 years and then had my baby and then got a job at Instagram. And I think that life can take you to really unexpected places. You just kind of have to be open to the experience.
Yeah.
I love that because even when you started your career, like Instagram didn't exist. So
Instagram did not exist.
So you don't even know where you're going to end up because maybe that opportunity doesn't even exist yet. So that's a really awesome message.
Well, people ask me questions like, what was the first DM you sent? Like, what was the blah, blah, blah? And I was like, man, it was like bad. Whatever it was probably embarrassing. But actually the first Instagram I ever posted was my husband's best friend and his then girlfriend who have now broken up. Yeah.
Documented forever.
Forever, exactly.
Well, yeah, you have over 1 million followers on Instagram. Do you have any Instagram tips for us?
I would say for Instagram, just keep it real. I think a lot of people feel like Instagram has to be like perfect and like highlights of your life. And like what I find is that it's the more authentic stuff is what tends to do better because you have to remember, let's just say you follow 500 people on Instagram. You're following your like best friend, you're following your roommate from college, you're following your coworkers. And so your content is mixed in with like your sister's new baby and blah, blah, blah. So in general, like I think keeping it real is the best thing to do. And then play with Instagram stories because like so many people use it every day. I think it's like 400 million people use it every day. And like anything goes on Instagram stories. Don't feel like you have to curate it. Just realness. And also like everyone here sitting at this table like lives in New York, which is one of the most Instagrammy cities in the world. So whether it's like cool graffiti that you see on the street or like your beautiful avocado toast. Like, feel just at leisure to post everything.
Do you ever feel pressured, or do you still really enjoy the experience?
I mean, do you see that I brought my phone?
Yeah, like
it's like my security blanket. I don't really feel pressure just because I truly enjoy it. Like even when I was backstage and there's pictures of like Chewbacca next to Meghan Markle. It's like I like sharing the things that are happening in my day just because I feel really lucky to live in this cool city and to have this like life. So
one last question about the book. After you mentioned all the different shoes she tries on, whose shoes would you like to wear for a day?
I mean, Oprah.
Yes.
I feel like everyone at this table, like Oprah.
I'd wear them
like,
proudly.
I would like literally put on Oprah shoes.
Even if they pinch my feet, I'd wear them all day.
Yeah, I would make it work. I would put some insoles in there. I would just like, Oprah.
And speaking of the Oprah, is there any other, like, we are now the year of the woman. It's a big year, hopefully in a week for our government. I'm really excited for it. We're praying to God.
Everyone vote.
Vote, please.
Vote. Very important.
Are there any, like, female icons right now, fashion icons, or just icons in general that you're looking to?
I mean, I think that, first of all, like, we all have to kind of rely on the women in our community, and in the absence of it being perhaps in the government or in, higher up, like, we have to kind of rely on our own girl gangs and, like, the women in our community and help build them up and support women in your own world, whether it's a small business owner or a friend who's doing something cool at her school or, like, a teacher, et cetera. But in the fashion community, I mean, there's so many powerful, inspiring women, like Anna Wintour, of course, Donatella Versace, Diane von Furstenberg. All of them are in my book. It's funny with my book, there are a lot, if you love fashion, there are a lot of, like, secret Easter eggs in the book. Like, you can find, like, off-white shoes in there. There's like a shout out to like Donatella Versace, Chiara Ferragni. So if you love fashion, you'll love it. But if you don't know anything about fashion, it's just like a fun story.
Yeah.
So, but I think the most important thing is like for women to support other women. And when you see a woman doing something cool, you have to like take a moment and give them a slow clap because like we have to do it. Like we all have to do it together.
I love that message of supporting women, and especially young women. I love that this is a lot of women are going to read this with their daughters and instill that message very young. So thank you for writing the book.
Thank you.
For joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
And everyone, make sure to pick up a copy of Juno Valentine and the Magical Shoes starting November 6th. Also go vote. And don't forget to check out the Janie and Jack collection. We'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same table. Woo!